Greetings, collectors, and welcome. My name is Ed Green, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Safe at Home Sports Cards. Just a little background on me. I've been collecting since 1973, pretty much straight through, with the focus of alternating between cards and memorabilia, but I've pretty much been focused on cards primarily since about 2013 as I started to run out of space here in my man cave on the walls. I grew up in Fall River, Massachusetts. Diehard Red Sox, Patriots, Celtics, Bruins fan. My personal collection is Jim Rice, 70s Red Sox, and Jackie Robinson, also the Brooklyn Dodgers. My goal for this channel is to chronicle my collecting journey, and I'd like to include card show recaps, under the radar product reviews, some personal collection buys, random pack openings, collecting ideas, and things like that. Just, a little bit to give back to the hobby community that's given me so much. You might even see some guests from time to time, and we try to interact with people and get some people on for interviews. So if you enjoy what you see, please hit the like button and subscribe, and comments and feedback are always welcome. Episode 1 is going to feature my 2022 Baseball Card Hall of Fame ballot. The Baseball Card Hall of Fame was developed in 2018 by RayFromPhilly, and he has a committee made up of himself, Victor, the rookie card specialist, and Mike, this baseball card life. Links to their videos explaining the process and the ballot I'll leave in the comments section. But I just want to thank them for taking the time and effort to put this together. This is a great opportunity for the collecting community to come together and participate in this process of recognizing all these all-time iconic baseball cards. The criteria is, I'll leave the links to their videos on their channels explaining it further, and there'll also be a link to the ballot itself. But they pretty much done all the hard work in paring the list down to 40, all of which have met their predetermined criteria. So what I've done is I've established my own criteria to select the 10 I feel are worthy of induction. And I look at 3 factors when making my choices. The first one is the front of the card, the design, the look, the eye appeal. Does it make me say, wow, what a nice card? Secondly, which has pretty much been determined by the committee, but something I consider is the significance of the player and the set. Obviously, even if it's a nice looking card, we're not going to consider voting for a card that is a common player. And the card backs, which are more important to me than the fronts as a kid. With the information that when I was younger, the information, bioinformation, statistical information, and whatnot, that was very important to me as a kid growing up. So before I go with my choices, I want to show you the ballot. This is the Baseball Card Hall of Fame 2022 ballot. And again, it states you can pick up to 10 cards. My ballot I've already submitted. So this is just basically a recap of my votes. But the total ballot consists of, in chronological order, the 1888 Goodwin champions Mike King Kelly, the 1909 Ramley Cigarettes Walter Johnson, 1909-1911 T205 Christy Mathewson, 1909-1911 T206 Eddie Plank, and the T206 Tris Speaker, 1914-15 Crackerjack Ty Cobb, 1933 DeLong Lou Gehrig, the 1933 Gowdy Dizzy Dean, the 1934 Gowdy Hank Greenberg, and the 1934 Gowdy Lou Gehrig. 1939 Play Ball Joe DiMaggio, 1941 Play Ball Pee Wee Reese, 1948 Bowman Yogi Berra, 1950 Bowman Jackie Robinson, 1952 Topps Eddie Matthews, 1953 Bowman Color Mickey Mantle, 1954 Bowman Ted Williams, 1954 Topps Al Kaline, 1954 Wilson Franks, Ted Williams. 1957 Topps, Brooks Robinson. 1958 Topps, Roger Maris. 1960 Topps, Carl Yastrzemski. 1967 Topps, Tom Seaver. 1968 Topps, Tom Seaver. 1969 Topps, Johnny Bench. 1973 Topps, Roberto Clemente. 1973 Topps, Mike Schmidt. 1978 Topps, Eddie Murray. 1979 Topps, Ozzie Smith. 1981 Flair, Fernando Valenzuela, uncorrected name spelling error. 1983 O-Pee-Chee, Tony Gwynn. 1984 Flair Update, Roger Clemens. 1987 Donruss, Greg Maddux. 1990 Leaf, Frank Thomas. 1990 Topps, Frank Thomas, no name on front. 1990 Upper Deck, Reggie Jackson, autographed to 2,500. 1991 Topps, Chipper Jones, Desert Shield. 1992 Bowman, Mariano Rivera. The 1997 Upper Deck, Ken Griffey Jr., game jersey. And the 1999 Upper Deck, piece of history, Babe Ruth. And also at the bottom of the ballot, you can scroll and see the preceding classes from 2018 through 2021. There's also a list sorted by year of all the cards that have been inducted. And then you have your submit button to submit your ballot. So there you have it. That is the ballot for the 2022 Baseball Hall of Fame. Now, it took a little bit because there's some very nice cards on there, and it took a while for me to narrow that down to 10. But based on my criteria and the criteria set by the committee, I've made my selections. So I will go now and show you those. First selection I made was the 1909 Ramley Cigarettes, Walter Johnson. And by the way, these are just in chronological order. There's no particular order of preference for me. But I like the 1909 Ramley Cigarettes, Walter Johnson. The front of the card, to me, it dates itself. It's definitely indicative of the type of design at the turn of the 20th century. And I think it's a great image of Walter Johnson there in the middle. The back is somewhat plain with just the Ramley Turkish cigarettes, basically an advertisement for the company. But I just found this to be a very, very elegant looking card. And it also happens to be Walter Johnson's rookie card. So that made my cut. Next, we have the 1909 to 11 T205 Christy Mathewson. This one is one of Christie's toughest cards to find, and it's one of his most desirable. I like the way the dark green border with the green background makes the image pop. I think it's a great image of Christie, and it takes up most of the front of the card. And the back of the card has a short bio and it has some statistical information and advertisement for the Sweet Caporal cigarettes. Great looking card. Number 3 is the 1914-15 Cracker Jack Ty Cobb. What did it for me with this card is that red background. It makes the image of Ty Cobb pop out, but it also his stare, the glare that he was known for on the baseball field. And it just gives you that impression that you're on the mound staring him down while he's at bat. It's just a great card. It's one of the more popular issues of that time. And like I said, that red background just makes that whole image pop. And it's just a great card. My next selection was the 1934 Gaudy Lou Gehrig, number 37, which is actually the second card, well, the first in the order, but there's 2 Lou Gehrig cards in this set. But number 37 features a prominent headshot and some nice biographical information on the back. And actually, Lou Gehrig made comments on probably about 80% of those cards. I believe it was 84 of the 96 cards in that set featured Lou Gehrig says, and some comments about that specific player, with Chuck Klein providing that on the rest of the cards. But that's a great Lou Gehrig card and a very nice image there. Next, we have the 1939 Play Ball Joe DiMaggio. This is Joe DiMaggio's first Play Ball card, and it's considered to be his rookie card, but it's simple. It's a great image, and it does have some considerable biographical information on the back. I just think that's a great image of Joe DiMaggio. Next, we have what I call the Field of Dreams card. 1948 Yogi Berra. As you can see, that background, it gives you that impression of the Field of Dreams, and it is Yogi's rookie card, but it's just a nice image on the front of him following through in his swing, and again the background information on the back makes it for this to be a very desirable card. Next, we have the 1950 Bowman Jackie Robinson. Great artwork on this, capturing the full body of Jackie Robinson completing a swing with the Ebbets Field backdrop. Just a great card. I'm very partial to this card as a Jackie Robinson collector and hope someday to own it. But this is an iconic card in my eyes. Next, we have the 1954 Wilson Franks Ted Williams. I don't think these food issues get enough love. A lot of them were regional issues, so they're not as popular. But this card here, outside of the Wilson Franks logo on it, is pretty much just Ted Williams on a plain white background with the image of that iconic swing and follow through. And you can see his eyes following the ball to wherever it went. Just a great image, great card, no flash. I think the picture tells the whole story. And these food issues, in my opinion, they don't get enough love. But this one definitely stands out to me. Next, we have the 1960 Topps Carl Yastrzemski, which in my opinion is probably one of the greatest rookie card designs of all time. Even though by today's standards, this would have been a prospect card, as Jazz didn't make his debut until 1961. But this is just a fantastic looking rookie card. And I believe it's just a year or two before Topps started going with the dual and tri-panel rookie cards for some time. But this one, I mean, you have the image of Yaz prominent on the card with the red, white, and blue ribbon suggesting some sort of an award type of thing. And it's just, I mean, the yellow background is a perfect complement to this. It's just a great looking card. And last but not least is the 1973 Topps Roberto Clemente. This card was actually issued after Roberto's death in New Year's Eve 1972, providing relief help in Nicaragua. But to me, this card, it's the only other action card of Roberto Clemente in the Topps issue was the 1972 In Action. And this pose, I mean, this picture, it just says a lot. It looks like it was taken at a spring training game against the Mets, but just to see him up at bat in action, just a great looking card. And being from my first year of collecting in 1973, it has a little bit more sentimental meaning to me, but it's just an outstanding card. So finally, we recap my ballot. And we have the 1909 Ramley Cigarettes Walter Johnson, the T205 Christy Mathewson, the Cracker Jack Ty Cobb, the Gaudy Lou Gehrig, Play Ball Joe DiMaggio, Bowman Yogi Berra, Bowman Jackie Robinson, the Wilson Franks Ted Williams, the 1960 Topps Carl Yastrzemski, and the 73 Topps Roberto Clemente. So there's my choices, and I'm sure there are others who were worthy also. But in my eyes, those are the cards that pop to me in this group, and there's no bad choices. I mean, it's all personal preference, so I'm sure other ballots are going to look totally different. And there might be ballots that didn't pick any of those 10, and there probably are. But, excuse me, I would strongly encourage anyone who sees this video or sees that Baseball Card Hall of Fame ballot to participate. The more people we can get involved in this, the greater, I guess, validity that we would put to it. So please go and vote if you haven't already. And if you have, thank you. Thank you for helping make this better. I just want to thank Ray from Philly, Victor, the rookie card specialist, and Mike, this baseball card life, for the hard work they put in to develop this ballot and put this out to everyone. On a side note, I'd like to shout out to the people who have inspired me to get in front of this camera and start this YouTube channel with their outstanding content. And that would be Herman Bryant of 3B Collection, Ken Kinsley of Bean's Ball Card Blog, Bo Thompson of 1 Million Cubs, John Newman of Sports Card Nation, John Keating of That 70s Card Show, and Mike Moynihan, baseball collector. Mike is baseball collector on YouTube. I'm sure there are others I have missed, but these 6 gentlemen, all their YouTube videos and podcasts have one thing in common. They're all about the collecting experience. There's no pumping the next big thing, self-promoting, or flip vesting advice. It's just plain collecting content from collectors. And I appreciate that. And they've given me the inspiration to go ahead and develop my channel to help contribute to the community and share my collecting experiences and to give back. Like I said, so many have given to me in the last few years, and I just want to give something back. So, I mean, this will get better. The channel will get better. I know I had a couple of spots where I'm, talking backwards or whatever, but I enjoy doing this, and I'm glad I'm able to put this out. And I look forward to providing more content down the line. If you did like what you saw, please hit the like button, subscribe, and again, comments, positive and negative, are always welcome. And you can follow me on Twitter. I'm at SAH_cardsRI. And I'll see you in the next episode. Stay safe and happy collecting.